Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, Database Support 18, Sight Unseen. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Database Support 18, Sight Unseen. Last time on Database Support, fork this, I'm outta here. Hello again, dear readers. I'm not dead. Well, not on the outside, at least. It's been quite a while since my last post because my company got hit with a hostile takeover and acquisition last year, and just like the last time that happened, that made writing about work more infuriating than cathartic for a while. I'm back to writing stuff again, though I have no idea what my posting rate will be, and as always more trials and tribulations for me has meant more, eventual, tales in my backlog for you. With this tale, we fast forward back to my day job in database development, working on the utilities team. My TLA internship was long behind me, but I couldn't escape government work entirely because we had a few federal agencies as clients, and in some ways working with a three-letter agency was even worse than working for a three-letter agency. See, everything sucked when I was part of TLA, but I was at least allowed to deal with the suck directly. With a federal agency as a client, even the smallest bug report comes with a tons of hoops to jump through. Only certain employees can work on, or even look at, the bug report. Log files and command output have to be heavily sanitized to the point that it's largely unhelpful for debugging. Every time you ask someone on the client side for more details, they treat you like you're a Soviet agent trying to torture them for state secrets, and so forth. Generally, this is just an added layer of aggravation on top of normal procedures, and you can work around it somewhat, but there was one particular case I worked on that made the rest of them look transparent and straightforward. Shortly after the debacle described in a previous tale, an innocuous little bug report came in from Dollar Agency regarding one of our network-related utilities. It seems Dollar Utility was having some SSH-related issues, which wasn't surprising since you can configure SSH in all sorts of ways on your system, and our customers have all sorts of crazy cluster and network setups, so some occasional issues are to be expected. The ticket was incredibly sparse. It wasn't literally just "this program broke, please fix," but it was fairly close, so we sent them the usual request for more information, put a corresponding task in our tracker for it, and waited for a reply. My team quickly received an email from an individual at Dollar Agency, explaining that the issue had cropped up at a restricted site, and our normal field techs and support agents were therefore not equipped and or authorized to deal with it. So they were pointed in our direction by their usual support contact and told we could help. I was highly disinclined to bother with something that bypassed the normal escalation system, but Cool Boss told us that we should take a look anyway to keep Dollar Agency happy and assured us that resulting delays in our existing tasks wouldn't be held against us, so right hand, and I went ahead and took a look. As a refresher on nicknames from previous tales, Right Hand was a good friend of mine and the second most experienced developer on the team after yours truly, and Cool Boss was, indeed, the coolest of bosses. And as the email was very terse and formal sounding with an undertone of "I am a badass government agent, your argument is invalid, we'll call the kind and patient gentleman who wrote it Man in Black." The email back and forth that ensued over the next week or so went kinda like this. To Man in Black. From Cool Boss. CC, DB_dev, Right Hand. I've copied DB_dev and Right Hand on this email. Both of them are US citizens authorized to work on this case, and they're excellent troubleshooters. If you've made any progress on the issue since filing Dollar ticket, you can go ahead and add that to the ticket, as they both have access to our ticketing system. To DB_dev, Right Hand. From Man in Black. I am not able to provide you with any further information about this issue. This cluster is operating at a secure Dollar Agency site, and all information about it is classified. Okay, sure, they don't want to just give us information that might cause them trouble if someone unsavory gets their hands on it, internal host names and such, totally understandable. So I sent back a more specific request. To Man in Black. From DB_dev, right hand. We understand that you can't give us any classified information. Could you check basic stuff like ports and SSH configs, and let us know if anything doesn't match our documented recommendations? To DB_dev, right hand. From Man in Black. We have already checked those configurations. They match the recommendations. Makes sense, but always good to double check that. To Man in Black. From DB_dev, right hand. Since those are all set correctly, could you try basic troubleshooting steps? To DB_dev, right hand. From Man in Black. We've already tried everything. It didn't work. Well, that's helpful. To Man in Black. From DB_dev, right hand. Alright, how about you try more advanced troubleshooting steps? To DB_dev, right hand. From Man in Black. We've already tried that too. It didn't work either. Super helpful. To Man in Black. From DB_dev, right hand. I found a fix to dollar utility that's going out in our next release and think it might be related to your issue. Can you try series of steps and see if that helps at all? To DB_dev. From Man in Black. Tried the steps your colleague suggested, still not working. Kinda rude to cut right hand off the email thread, because his idea didn't work for reasons you refused to tell us, but okay. To Man in Black. From DB_dev. If that didn't work either, we'll need some more information to diagnose possible causes. I've attached a modified version of dollar utility that includes more debugging code. Could you run that and give us the output? To DB_dev. From Man in Black. We are not going to run untrusted code in a classified, secure dollar agency environment. It's a scripting language, genius. The dollar utility source is right there. You can have someone on your end examine the changes for any funny business. But fine, whatever. To Man in Black. From DB_dev. If you don't want to run any modified code on the system, would it be possible for one of our support engineers to access the system with supervision, either remotely or on site? To DB_dev. From Man in Black. No. Again, this is a classified, secure dollar agency site, and we have already determined that your personnel lack the proper clearance to access the system. Damn it, Jim, I'm a coder, not a miracle worker. If you don't give me any information at all and don't let me help you, what exactly do you expect me to do? To DB_dev. CC, cool boss. From Man in Black. This issue has been open for over 1 week, violating our SLA, and the lack of progress is frustrating. Please escalate this issue to the highest level of support if you are unable to help us. Okay, hold the goddamn phone. Firstly, we were already doing Man in Black a favor by looking into this at all after he bypassed the normal support process, and there's no such thing as a SLA on favors. Secondly, even if he were following the normal process, the customer doesn't get to decide how our escalation process works. Thirdly, guess what, wise guy? I'm the only one still at the company who'd worked on this utility before this issue cropped up, and the only one besides right hand who knew anything about its internals, and no one else is about to dive into its Lovecraftian abomination of code for you. I am the highest level of support. To Man in Black. CC, cool boss. From DB_dev. Unfortunately, I am unable to escalate your issue at this time, as the developer with the greatest expertise with dollar utility is unwilling to accept a further escalation without an up-to-date ticket. Please update dollar ticket or file an additional ticket with our support team, and it will be prioritized appropriately. I love the smell of passive-aggressive technical correctness in the morning. After that last email, there was radio silence on the issue for about 2 weeks. No emails, no updates to Dollar Ticket, certainly no additional tickets. Then, to Man in Black. From Cool Boss. CC, DB_dev, right hand. Just checking in. What's the status on the dollar utility issue? Did any of the suggested fixes resolve it? To Cool Boss, Utilities Team. From Man in Black. None of the provided fixes worked. We were able to resolve the issue on our own. To Man in Black. From DB_dev. CC, Cool Boss. I'm sorry to hear that we were unable to help. We did the best we could with the information provided. I've gone ahead and closed Dollar Ticket for you. To this day, that is the single most frustrating customer issue I've ever worked on. There's really nothing worse than a customer who's useless and unhelpful at every turn, and then blames you when things turn out badly. Coming up next, dealing with a coworker who was useless and unhelpful at every turn, and then blamed me when things turned out badly.